The news broke without warning, catching even the most devoted fans off guard. Chrissie Heughan, the woman known for her quiet strength and unwavering privacy, had finally spoken, and not in the calm, gentle tone people expected. In a rare interview, she hinted at serious concerns about her son, Sam Heughan, concerns she said she could no longer keep to herself. The moment her words hit the internet, the entire fandom froze. No one could believe Chrissie, Sam's biggest supporter, would ever speak out unless something truly heavy was weighing on her heart. The journalist conducting the interview mentioned how Chrissie hesitated before answering certain questions, as if she were choosing every syllable with precision. Her voice was steady, but there was a tension beneath it that suggested months, maybe years, of bottled-up worry. She spoke of Sam's career demands, his relentless schedule, his refusal to slow down. "He thinks he can carry everything alone," she whispered. "But no one can carry that much forever." Those words, simple yet heavy, sent tremors through the Outlander community. For years, fans had admired Sam's dedication. His long days on set, intense training sessions, charity commitments, book signings, he did it all with a smile. But Chrissie's tone implied that the smile wasn't the whole truth. According to her, Sam had become increasingly distant, pushing himself past healthy limits, refusing to admit when he was exhausted. "He hides too much," she said, her voice cracking. "He hides even from me." That confession stung fans like a knife. Speculation erupted immediately. Was Sam secretly struggling? Was he overwhelmed, burned out, or dealing with something far darker than anyone imagined? And why would Chrissie choose this moment, of all times, to break her silence? People began rewatching recent interviews, examining Sam's expressions, the tiredness in his eyes, the moments where he laughed but didn't quite look present. Suddenly, the puzzle pieces felt different, like they had been upside down the whole time. The media dove deeper into Chrissie's comments. She spoke about periods where she barely heard from Sam for weeks, something she called deeply unlike him. She mentioned sleepless nights, worrying if her son was eating, resting, or even taking care of his emotional health. "He gives everything to the world," she said, "but leaves almost nothing for himself." Those words hit the fandom with unexpected force, revealing a side of Sam few had ever considered. But the most alarming comment came when Chrissie leaned forward and lowered her voice, as if afraid the truth might be too loud. She described a moment months earlier when Sam visited home, not as the energetic, charismatic man fans adored, but as someone exhausted to his core. She said he sat at her kitchen table, silent, shoulders slumped, eyes distant. "I didn't recognize him," she confessed. "Not my Sam. Not the boy I raised." That single sentence cracked the internet in half. Social media exploded with debates and emotional reactions. Some fans expressed heartbreak, others anger that Sam had been pushed this far, while a few questioned whether Chrissie's claims had been misinterpreted or exaggerated by the media. But Chrissie's calm, steady demeanor in the interview suggested honesty, not drama. She wasn't attacking her son, she was pleading. Pleading for someone, anyone, to help him before the weight on his shoulders became unbearable. More unsettling moments from the interview circulated rapidly. Chrissie mentioned unhealthy pressures, hinting at industry expectations, publicity demands, and emotional strain from both fans and detractors. Then she said something that made the interviewer go silent. "There are people around Sam who don't protect him. They take from him, and he lets them." That revelation sparked chaos across fan communities. Who was she referring to? Co-workers? Managers? Friends? Someone closer? What frightened fans even more was Chrissie's final statement before the interview cut to commercial. Her eyes glistened as she spoke, her voice trembling softly. "I fear he's losing himself," she said. "And I can't stand by quietly anymore." That line spread across social media like wildfire, repeated, analyzed, debated, and feared. It was the kind of sentence a mother said only when her worries had reached the breaking point. By the time the interview ended, the internet was overwhelmed. Outlander fans, journalists, and even casual observers were left shaken, unsure what to believe, unsure how deep Sam's struggles might go. But one thing was certain. If Chrissie Heughan, calm, private, loyal, had decided to speak out, then something serious was unfolding behind the scenes. Something big enough that she could no longer stay silent. The aftermath of Chrissie Heughan's interview was instant and explosive. Within hours, headlines flooded every entertainment site, each one more dramatic than the last. Fans entered heated debates, some defending Sam fiercely, others expressing deep concern. But one question overshadowed everything. What had pushed Chrissie to break her silence now, after years of fiercely protecting her son's privacy? No one could shake the feeling that her words were only the beginning. Reporters swarmed the Heughan family home, hoping for clarification. Chrissie didn't answer the door. Neighbors claimed they saw her pacing inside, phone in hand, clearly distressed. A close family friend eventually revealed that Chrissie had been struggling for months, torn between respecting Sam's independence and fearing for his well-being. According to them, she had reached a breaking point. "She's not angry," the friend said. "She's scared." Soon after, a new voice emerged from within the Heughan circle, someone who claimed to have seen the tension firsthand. They described moments where Sam returned home exhausted beyond reason, barely able to speak, collapsing into long, restless sleeps. They mentioned arguments sparked by Chrissie urging him to slow down, take a break, or set boundaries with the people demanding too much of him. Sam, wanting to appear strong and capable, pushed back. "He never wants to disappoint anyone," the insider explained. "Not fans, not the industry, not even his family." This tug-of-war between duty and health slowly evolved into a rift. Chrissie, previously Sam's safe haven, suddenly found herself on the outside, watching her son spiral deeper into work pressure, toxic expectations, and emotional isolation. The insider revealed that Chrissie's complaints were far from resentment, they were desperate pleas. She felt like she was losing him, they said, not physically, but emotionally. The drama took a sharper turn when a media outlet distorted Chrissie's words, suggesting she was criticizing Sam's personality rather than expressing concern. The headline, "Cold, sensational, misleading," went viral. Fans erupted, some believing Chrissie had betrayed her son, while others insisted the article twisted her meaning. It created a chaos neither Chrissie nor Sam could have anticipated. The story was no longer just about concern, it had evolved into a full-blown controversy. Meanwhile, Sam remained completely silent. No social media posts, no interviews, no statements. His silence only fueled speculation. Some thought he was angry with his mother. Others believed he was overwhelmed, unsure how to respond without worsening the situation. A few whispered that perhaps Chrissie's fears were more accurate than anyone realized. A silence like his was not normal. It felt heavy, calculated, painful. More details surfaced when a staff member from a recent project contacted a journalist anonymously. They described seeing Sam leaving set late at night, drained, emotionally fragile, sometimes staring off into space as if carrying worries too heavy to speak about. They mentioned moments where he isolated himself, avoiding cast dinners and choosing solitude instead. He looked like someone trying to hold himself together in front of the world, the source said. But behind the scenes, he was breaking. Then came the revelation that shook the fandom again. A leaked audio clip, muffled but unmistakably authentic, captured what sounded like a tense conversation between Sam and Chrissie during a private visit. Sam's voice was strained, telling his mother he was trying, insisting she didn't need to worry so much. Chrissie's voice, trembling, replied, "I'm worried because I see you slipping away from yourself." That single sentence was enough to send fans into emotional panic. The clip ended abruptly, but its impact was seismic. It revealed not a feud, but a deep, painful love, a mother terrified of watching her son disappear behind the mask of fame. Fans who initially criticized Chrissie began expressing sympathy. Many apologized publicly, acknowledging her interview came from a place of fear, not criticism. The narrative shifted dramatically as people realized she wasn't attacking Sam, she was trying to save him. But the twist arrived in the final hours of the controversy. A new insider, someone extremely close to the family, revealed the real reason Chrissie had chosen to speak publicly. According to them, Sam had recently faced a private health scare brought on by severe stress and overwork. It wasn't life-threatening, but it was serious enough to frighten everyone involved. Chrissie had begged him to step back, rest, and reconsider the demands he carried on his shoulders. Sam, always the fighter, refused. Her interview, the insider said, wasn't betrayal. It was a last resort. The revelation stunned fans into silence. Suddenly, Chrissie's trembling voice, her desperate words, her serious complaints, all made heartbreaking sense. She wasn't calling Sam out, she was calling for help. And as the world absorbed this truth, a final question lingered heavily in the air. If things were serious enough for Chrissie Heughan to break her lifetime of silence, how bad was Sam really struggling behind the scenes?